Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aham Padarthaya Shivaya Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Madhre Namaha. Ya Maya Madhukaidapa Pramadini, Ya Mahishon Mulini, Ya Dhumrekshana Chandamunda Madani, Ya Rakta Bijasini, Ya Sasumban Sunda Padbadalani, Ya Siddha Lakshmi Para, Sachanti Navakodi Murtasikada, Vampadi Vishveshwari. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ पुनत्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ ऐङ्कार ह्रीङ्कार रहस्ययुक्त श्रीङ्कार गूढात्तमहाविभूत्या ओङ्कारमर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यः नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। बिन्दु त्रिकोण वशकोण दसारयुग्म मन्वश्रनाकतल संयुत षोडचारम् रुद्रत्रयं च धरणी सदनत्रयं च श्रीचक्रमेतते उदितं परदेवतयाः। भूमौ स्खलितपातानां भूमिरेवावलम्बनम् त्वयि जातापरातानां त्वमेव शरणं शिवे। ॐ सुधा सिन्धोर्मध्ये शुरबिडपि माटी प्रभृते परिभृते मणिद्वीपे नीपो पवनवति चिन्तामणिगृहे शिवाकारे मञ्जे परमशिवपर्यङ्गनिलया भजन्ति त्वां तन्याः तदिचन चितानन्दलकरीम्. In this verse, in fact, generally, is verse 8, 9, 10, 11, and few other verses. People do not, the acharyas do not really expand the meaning publicly. They are considered to be gudhartham, that means they are very secretive in nature. Secretive in the sense, not that they don't want to reveal to you. It is like giving a surgical knife to a child. Give it to those only who can carefully handle it, carefully take it up. There should not be any viparita jnanam. That's the reason why it is considered to be very carefully kept secret for it. In fact, the most of the Shakti tantras and related upasanas, they are not really to be revealed, printed publicly. It has to be given one-to-one by the capable preceptor to the deserving candidate. You know, it's like, imagine there is a wonderful dessert, wonderful sweet. If you eat that, it gives you health, it gives you happiness, joy, everything that you can think of. Is a wonderful thing to eat that. And if you are aware of that particular sweet is available somewhere, what do you do first? You try to find where you can get it so that you can eat it. So our first yearning should be somehow get it and consume it. Of course, after consuming and the pleasure of that particular sweet, and if you have a paropakara chintana, then you will say, how can make it available to others? Then you will think of the ways to make it at your home place. If you want to make it at your own place, then you need to know how to make it. What dravyas, what padarthas, what ingredients you need to have it for that, and how to cook it, how to make it. For that you need a teacher. But imagine you know about the sweet like that, and there's a cookbook available to you on the internet, on the library. So you read the book. The book tells you all these components that you need, how to cook it, how to make it. Now you have mastered that book. Does it make you fulfilled? No, because it makes you more with anxiety, because now you know how to make it, but you have no capacity to make it because you don't have the ingredients to make it. That is like this. When you read a book of Shaktam or any mantra upasana, Soundaryalahari artham, you read from a book. It is like reading a cookbook. You may know the meaning of it, neither you can cook nor you can eat that one. If you find a compassionate chef who can teach you, then best thing is to go and learn from him how to make it. So he shows you how to make it. He may have the ingredients with him. He may even give the ingredients to you. Or at least he will tell you what all he can give and what you have to bring it. For example, the one ingredient may be you need chitta shuddhi, pure heart for this. He can't give you that. So you have to have it. So now you got stuck. I got cashew nuts, sweet, sugar, but the pure heart I need. When you go to him and say, how do I get the pure heart? Then he say, okay, do this karmas, do this niyamas, do these upasanas. Then you come back. You see? So this is a big process. It is not that you can get the inner meaning of it and relish it just by reading a book. You need to have a guru to teach you that and handhold to you, and you need to put a prayatna. Now don't get this put you off, because there is another way. Another way is, why am I bothered about cooking it, making it, searching for it? I just demand I need it. How do I demand? I demand like a child. A child just cries. The mother just runs to the child and feed her. Because mother cannot cope with the hungry child. But can we therefore cry to the mother? Of course we can cry. But we are not childlike. Because we don't have that pure heart. Over the period of time, we have viparita jnanam. So that's why even when we pray, we do upasanas, we don't get realization of it, because we haven't attained that adhikaratvam. But this is the easiest way. Because learning the artham, learning these ingredients and making it, doing yoga, Kundalini tantras, yoga tantras, Vedanta vicharas, all that steps. Everything is the same. Yoga tells you a particular way of going it. Tantras tell you a particular way. Upasana tells you a particular way. Vedanta gives you Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. But if I just completely surrender to the mother and say, look, I'm hungry for this knowledge. I'm crying like a child. And when you are childlike, you get it. So which is with that hope only, I'm trying to give you, with my little understanding, what the meaning of it, even in contradiction to many acharyas' instruction that don't reveal those things. But little I know, I share with you, because it may create an interest in you, either to seek a guru or to beseech the mother herself and say, I'm not going to let you go unless you give me. Okay. So I give this context so that this verse, next verse, and the verse after, and few other verses, I may skim over a few part to understand why I do that, because only that much we can share. Okay. In the eighth one, what did we see from this? Here we saw the Sripuram. Sripuram is in a manīdvīvam. The manīdvīvam is in a sudhā-sagar-madhyē, in the nectar ocean. In the middle, there is an island full of gemstones. The island. Karpaka vrikshas are there. All bestowing wish-bearing trees are there. And there, with lots of fortified palace. In the palace, we go interior to that one. There is a Indranila lake, Manmata lake. Pushpavanam is there. Then Chintamani Graha was there. Right. And there you see Ambal resting on a cot. The bed is Sadashivam himself. So this is how it is all described. See, Tattvamasi is a lakshyam for Vedas. The whole Vedas, if you want to condense into what it is telling us is Tattvamasi Mahavakyam. That means you are that. What does it mean? That or Tat. Tat means Brahman. Tvam means you. Tattvamasi means you are that. So Tat Brahma means, if you look at Tat, there are two syllables, two aksharas. Ta and It. Ta is by itself is a purnakshara. It is a complete sound. That is Brahman. It is, which depends on the Ta. It is what expands that into meaning. So that is Shakti. So Tat is Brahman. Tat is Shiva Shakti. So Tattvamasi means that Shiva Shakti Aikyam is me, Tvam. That's the Lakshmi. So Shaktam in the Shaktovasana, the ultimate goal is to have a Shiva Shakti Aikyam. It means, in Vedanta parlance, it means revelation of Tattvamasi Mahavakya and Bhuti. So there is no difference. But this Shakti is in us as impulses, as our psychic, as an organic intellect. This all can be created into three parts. Ichcha Shakti, or the volitional feeling, Jnana Shakti, the cognizant feeling, and the actional. So Shakti that is in this form is in me, or is it me? Where is it? Where is it? Means the very question that I asked is Shakti, because the expression of my thought is Shakti. The thought is Shakti. Chitta-vritti, the manas is Shakti. The Shakti is there, all pervasive. It looks so ordinary then. So what is so special about it? Special about it is that what you are expressing yourself as a jiva, in a jiva bhavam, is only a very small portion of the Shakti that you are. The Shakti, that the potential that you have is so infinite. And what you are today as a personality that you show out to the world is a very small part of it. Just a radiation of that power is what is seen, but not the power itself. So therefore it is promising you an enormous prospect for your growth. for your potential to expand. Your expansion means expansion of your Shakti, or the release of your Shakti, the manifestation of Shakti in many forms. Which form? Just think about the Shakti, in which form you express yourself. In your speech, that means I have the Vak Shakti in your speech. When I speak, hitam vada, satyam vada, priyam vada, speak the good things, speak the truth, speak kindly, politely, Vak Shakti. So when the Vak Shakti becomes pure and powerful, you get a Vashikaratvam in this. What is Vashikaratvam means? Akarshana. People listen to you. Kavi Shakti. So many powers. Writing Shakti, management power. Every form of expressive power that you have is somehow coiled within you in a deep shell as a seed, or dramatically as a sleeping snake, and that's called a Kundalini. So this is how the vision is given to you. Why it is a snake? Because snakes always sleep. It moves very fluidly. It is majestic, alarming, sudden. So all this Shakti, when they coil down, because coiling means like a spring. It means it can sprout just like that. It can be spontaneously developed like a volcano. Which means it's not necessary that your power is released gradually. It can be. It can also be spontaneous. So yogis and munis have seen this visualization and they said, look, Kundalini is the power of Jiva. In the cosmic way, it's the power of Brahma. It is in the form of the Hiranyagarbha, the form of the universe. But in Adhyatmikam, it is in a embodiment. My physical, mental, psychic, intellectual, emotional power is all down to Kundalini Shakti that I have. So why we go to Kundalini Shakti from where we started, from the Sripuram and the Śricakra, with a wonderful description of things? It's because it's such a huge truth we are trying to pursue. One day may not be fit for all. Some may not have the capacity to appreciate the nuances of abstract ideas. You have to give them something to hold on to. So you give them some subtle ideas like your yantra, your chakras, and merus. Some may not even have that capacity to hold on to. They want to see physical form. For them, they see the mountains. You go to Mount Kailash. The Mount Kailash is Mahameru. Around that, the Indranila Manasarovar lake is the Manmadasthanam, Padmē. So, or you go to Kanchi Kamakoti Peeth, you go to Tiruvannamalai, you go to Chanteshwari, you go to Chikambara. Any Shakti Peetham you want to go and visualize it. So you have a padmē in front of you and you do the upasanas, you do that. Well, I still not able to appreciate that. Then what do I do? Well, then in that case, the Shakti that is in you, it has to be aroused. So can you therefore put some effort to arouse it? How do I do that? Well, we have no capacity to do directly. We can do indirectly. because it needs a pure mind. A pure mind is the starting point for everything. A pure mind requires a peaceful mind. A peaceful mind means it is not jumping here and there, it's not vacillating, it is regulated. Nirodha. Nirodha means chitta-vritti nirodha. Nirodha is not destruction, but regulation. That which controls, regulates the mind. Yoga hai, chitta-vritti nirodha hai. So Patanjali came and he gave Yoga Sastram. The Yoga Sastram is what is helping you to discipline your mind. How do I go? How do I discipline the mind? I can't see the mind. Then Patanjali gave an idea. The mind is so subtle. Since you can't really see it, where is the mind? Is it here, 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 here? Where is the mind? Even science cannot find out anywhere. We are going to see that in the next mantra. Bhagavan gives a clue for where the mind is, where the mind could be revealed. But what Patanjali said, well, you can't trace the mind, but you can control the mind. Like you can control the TV with the remote control, you can control the mind, you can reduce the flow of thoughts or regulate the flow of thoughts by another method. And we said, yeah, great, what is that? But to do that, can you sit down? Can you sit down quietly? Can you flex your body? If you do not know, do some hatha yoga practice. Get your body flexible, be able to sit properly, erect your body. Well, I am able to sit now. Right. Now you breathe. Watch your breathing. Let your respiration be long and measured. The moment you close your eyes and then you have a long inhalation and even a longer exhalation, slowly. It's very difficult to do it first. But if you do it 2-3 times, what happens is suddenly you realize you calm down. Something suddenly dawns on you. This is a nice place to be sitting. So it's called asana. Asana is where you are comfortable. It becomes comfortable because the breathing, which you never cared to look at it, just touch your heart and tell me how many times today you thought about your breathing. 0. We don't think about it because we don't care about it. And that is the life. So if you can think about it 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day, sitting quietly and watching it going slowly, at least doing that. So I'm not asking you to do pranayama, all the technique, because I'm not qualified to teach you that. But I'm saying even a simple awareness of your breathing makes you realize what a precious moment you have in breathing. And when you breathe slowly, gently, you see your thoughts slows down. So this is the connection this scientist in Patanjali found out. And therefore he said, you do pranayama, pratyahara, all the steps in Ashtanga yoga, which leads to dhyanam, egadram, dhyanam, and samadhi. It means you can achieve this path. It's called a yoga marga, Patanjali yoga marga. Of course, Patanjali put Ishvara pranidhanam, so he made it as with a bhakti to do it. That is one method. Oh, when I do that, so my mind is controlled. What happened to Kundalini? Well, it'll take care of itself. So don't worry about it. If you become that, when there is no impediment, water flows. Right? So when you have a little fire and you have petrol next to that, you don't need to do that connection. It'll burn. So you don't need to do. There is nothing you can do to make this Kundalini to rise. You cannot, it's not a cow or a bull to ride along. No classes can help you. No guru can teach you to rise the Kundalini. You cannot do that. Kundalini has to rise by itself. And we don't need to worry about it. I tell you why we don't worry about it, because we don't understand that. You know, it's a Shakti. So there is a route like that. There are other routes also. So we will see that in a minute. So what this mantra, therefore, so from the 8th sloka, after showing Sripuram, when you go to Sripuram means you're going to see Ambal. Ambal is Śricakra Rupini. So we are going to now imagine the Ambal to be the Śricakram, the Śricakra mantram, and the Bhavam. So I am going to be the Samayachara, not a. See, the Kaulachara is the method of worshipping outside. They will employ the techniques of all the tantras, mantras, bahupretna, andarmukha samaratya, bahirmukha saturu, durlabha. As the Vaibhavam says, when you worship internally is much easier. Bahirmukha durlabha. If you are worshipping outside, it's very difficult to get. It looks easy, just do a puja, parayanam. That kind of outside one, you can't attain the power easily, but when you convert that to upasana in your heart, it becomes easier. So that part which people take is called samayachara. Kaulachara is do outside one, and they do a lot of kriyas, tantras. Samayachara make everything internalized. I mean, this Chintamani Graham, the manīpūrē is myself. Chintamani Graham is inside, Śricakra is inside. Śricakra contains several chakrams, and I define 7 chakras, important points. I mean, my bhavana. So Kundalini is down there. I need to rise it. So I think all this is in my body. So when you take the approach and do the niyamam, do the upasana, you are following samayachara. Again, this is also requires a guru's guidance, but this is a lot more easier, risk-free compared to the other one. So in the 9th mantra, having shown the Śricakra, Sripuram in the 8th mantra, 9th mantra, Bhagavan is showing how this Kundalini rises in you. He is giving you the mantra explaining the flow of Kundalini from mūlādhārē to sahasrārē. It means from the bottom to the top. In other words, it is rising. It is the arohanam. Arohana means the higher pitch. It's taking a pitch. Higher pitch. How does it do that? mahīṁ mūlādhārē kamapi maṇipūrē hutavahaṁ sthitaṁ svādhiṣṭhānē marutamākāśamupari manō'pi bhrū-madhyē sakalam-api bhitvā kulapathaṁ sahasrārē padmē patyā viharasē mahīṁ mūlādhārē kam-api maṇipūrē hutavahaṁ sthitaṁ svādhiṣṭhānē marutamākāśamupari manō'pi bhrū-madhyē sakalam-api bhitvā kulapathaṁ sahasrārē padmē rahasi patyā viharasē. Let's see the word meaning and then we understand it deeper. mahīṁ mūlādhārē. Mahīṁ means earth. Mahipati means the king, the ruler of the earth. Mūlādhārā. The earth is the ground. That is the mūlam. Mūlam means the root. Ādhāra means subsistence, what supports it. So how do you get supported when you sit down? With your mūlādhārā. How does a tree get supported? The ground. It's a mūlādhārā. The electricity, the current flows, but there will be a ground wire. The ground wire is what is really helping you to measure the variation of it. Ground doesn't know. Same voltage flows through. So here is something which is supporting the mūlam. So mahīṁ mūlādhārē. So Muladhara chakram, in which you show the tattvam of bhūmi. Mahī means bhūmi. Tattvam here is the doctrine, the principle, the truth. Okay. Then maṇipūrē hutavahaṁ. Maṇipūrē means in the manipūrē chakra. There what are you? You are kam-api. Kam means water. Utakam, suddhotakam. Kam is by sound itself is water principle. So in the manipūrē chakra, you are, I will show you that picture in a minute. You are the water principle. Svādhiṣṭhānē, sthitaṁ svādhiṣṭhānē, hutavahaṁ. Hutam means samarpan. In other words, it's Agni. All the samarpan goes to the hunda, the Agni. So svādhiṣṭhānē, the svādhiṣṭhāna chakram, you are fire. Kriti marutam. Kriti means in hridayam, you are the air principle. Upari, above the heart. Above the heart is what is there? Throat. There is a vishuddhi chakra. In vishuddhi akāśam, you are the space principle. Bhrū-madhyē manō'pi. Bhrū-madhyē, bhrū means the eyebrows. In the center of the eyebrows, you are manō'pi. You are the mind. So, if you can see now, he has given a mūlādhara chakram, a manipūrē chakram. Mūlādhara means near the rectum. Manipūrē chakram, near the navel. Svādhiṣṭhānam, this is between the navel and your genitals. Svādhiṣṭhāna chakram. Then you have in the heart. Then you have in your throat and your forehead. Of course, you notice there is a convention not followed here. The mūlādhāram, then svādhiṣṭhānam. Right? If you look at all the pictures, they do mūlādhāram, svādhiṣṭhānam, manipūragam. If you look at physically, bottom, and then above the bottom, then the navel, then the heart, then the throat, then the forehead. But here, Bhagavan has got a reason for that. The reason is in the process of Pañcabhūtas. Pañcabhūtas, if you take it, the earth principle contains everything. It is the biggest tanmatra for earth is Gandha. So we will see that in a minute. Okay, all this, then what happened? Sakalam-api kulapathaṁ. All this you are enrooting. What are you doing? Bhitvā. Bhitvā is an important word. Bhitvā means you break open all this. What are you break opening? You're opening the mūlādhara chakram, manipūragam, svādhiṣṭhānam, vishuddhi, ajñā. You just you just break open and you are raising up. Why are you doing this? Because you are going to reach sahasrārē padmē. Sahasrāram is the 1,000 petals lotus is imagined there. Sahasrāram, the chakram, which is the Brahmarantram. You want to go there, and you go there and do what? Rahasi, patyā, viharasē. Viharasē means you are frolicking, you are enjoying, you are having a union with who? Patyā, your pati. Patyā, rahasi, viharasē. In secret, you are merging with your beloved escort, Lord Shiva. Where? Up there in the Sahasrāram. So you can see what Bhagavan has given like this. How do we ingest this one? See, we saw in the last slogam about how the Sri Puram was mentioned in a Manidvivam, and I mentioned to you that in the Lalitopakhyanam it talks about the 25 fortification of it. When you do the upasana margam, because you can't reach the Chintamani Griham directly. Why? Because what are the padartham needed? Chitta Shuddhi, Trada Buddhi. I don't have the Chitta Shuddhi. I don't have Trada Buddhi. Therefore, it's not that you are not qualified, you are not yet qualified fully. So, you go through each passage. So the journeys, when you take, for example, Sabarimala Yatra, Kailash Yatra, and they do the Tirtha Yatra, why can't they take a direct flight and go there and land and come back? But they would take a long route. They go to different temples, see all these things. The reason is, the destination is not the important point. The journey is important. During this journey, you invest your mind and your energy in creating good feelings, good thoughts, so that by the time you reach there, your chitta becomes shuddha. So all our pujas, all the long process is systematically given only for one reason. That reason is you have to be pure in the heart. How pure you are, only you should know. So until you are pure, you have to do things that are necessary to clean it up. And one of the processes is upasana. So this long passage of 25 different fort to cross. And what they do, they say the first gate is Kalabhairava. So you worship the Kalabhairava. The Ganesha is there, the Saramula. Do the Ganesha puja and Kalabhairava puja. Then you open the next gate. Then another yogini, another one. Like in the 8th gate, Shamla Devi is there. Keep on going. 15th gate, Ashtadevata is there. 16th, Varahi is there. Do worship Varahi. Several yoginis, 18th Mahavishnu. So you do, the Guru takes you to go through the process of worshipping different deities with the different names. It looks like a bit childish when you look at it, but you don't understand it. All this process, because all the Shaktis are Parashakti. President will appoint a chief minister, appoint the CFO, appoint the CTO, like that, You have different delegated powers, but you have to pass through each power. But in the process of passing through each power, you get better and better and better. So this is how you do, upasana marga you do. But when you do that, adhyatmikam, and I am looking at the Śricakra itself, I can put a meru and then imagine this. But if I am thinking my body itself, that I need to really break open my impediments in this. So how do they do? They classify it into tattvas. This 25 fort that you worship and go is also in 25 tattvas. what the Shakti has done, like sthitaṁ, the Parabrahman is put into three domains of three tattvas. Okay. Same Parabrahman, like you see this mountain as you look at it as an elephant, and you imagine, write a poetry. You look like a forest. You can do a different view. So they look at three different ways. One is called the Jiva Tattvam. That means completely inert part. Then they call Vidya Tattvam. It's not just inert. It is inert as well as some knowledge, some consciousness. What is the example? Myself, yourself. I am inert when I am sleeping. When I am dead, my body is inert, my mind is inert, but I can speak. I am animated because I live. Prana Shakti is running. So I am both the inert and sentient and insentient mixed. Mishra. Vidya Tattvam. Then there is a Paratattvam, which is Shiva Tattvam, pure consciousness, which we cannot imagine. So, Jiva Tattvam is 24 part. What are they? You know it. Panchabhutas, Panchapranas, 10. Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas, 20. Chittam, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara. All this sounds familiar because they are all components by which you are embodied. I am the Jiva. So, to understand myself, I must understand the Jiva Tattvam. Then they have taken the consciousness that comes to as a Purusha. So, Purusha means the consciousness coming to. 26 means Purusha. 25. The moment the consciousness comes in, I act. I create many things. I create problem, I write programs, I build buildings. So the Kriya Shakti is called Kala Tattvam. The Kala Tattvam, the Kriya Shakti happens with an ignorance uncovering it, encompass. What is ignorance? Ignorance is that I do not know who I am, but I do all the activities. As a Jiva, as Yogesh, as Raja, as Kritika, whatever the name you got. So it is called Avidya. Avidya Tattva. Because of the Avidya, whatever actions you do, we get Raga Dvesham. So this is Raga Tattva, Ichcha Shakti. And it is perpetually covering it you for every birth. And this is the ninth dharma, it's a niyati. The niyati is covered in the Maya. So like this, Purusha, Kala, Avidya, Raga, Niyati, Maya, this is Vidya Tattva. Then the Shuddha Vidya is Maheshwara, Sadashiva, Parashakti, Shiva, pure consciousness. So either you go through this margam of pranayama, Kundalini yoga, tantras, or you go through this tattva vicharam and then you do upasana this way. And of course, our favorite part is that just worship, it's just pure devotion. So, but in every form you go, there's a correlation of ideas. 25 fourth, you get 25 tattvas, you transcend that way, you transcend through this mental progression, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this particular sastram, why it is this Kundalini is awakening? Why is she doing it? Because she is like a serpent. Serpent is like a snake, right? Snake loves to sleep. Snake sleeps a lot of time. Same way, our Shakti is always dormant. In fact, they say the snakes in this world are infinite in number, but you don't see them because they're all sleeping somewhere. But when you awaken them, it will be restless and it starts moving. It makes a his sound, the soham sound waves, when it started moving. Imagine the little snake which spoiled itself. Coiling means it can spontaneously come out, right? I told you. Manō'pi bhrū-madhyē. Bhrū-madhyē is the mind. Bhagavan is showing mind comes here. Mind is everywhere, but it shows here. The spontaneity comes here. Some bird shows you there. So to go there, when you awaken this Kundalini, it leaves this mūlādhārē chakram and it started passing through. It gets up and go to svādhiṣṭhānē, which is the Agni Kundam. How they have, very briefly I tell you, mūlādhārē, svādhiṣṭhānē. If you join this together, it becomes Agni Kundam. So the two chakras are joined together, Agni Kundam. On the top, there will be a knot. The knot is called Brahma Granthi. Granthi means knot. How do I understand this? Agni Kundam is the creation part. All creation happens in that region, in this chakras. Muladhara chakra gives you the energy. And how they have classified? They classified with a bija mantra called Lam. They compared with the earth, Bhumi, because Bhumi produces everything. Same way, our Muladhara produces everything else. In the Śricakra, it is shown as a trikonam. The trikonam, a triangle in the Śricakra, is the Bhumi Tattvam. It's called a Lam as a bija mantra. It is a Muladhara. That is where the Parashakti is coiled like a snake. But then it rises and goes to the svādhiṣṭhānē, which is represented as Ashtakona, 8 triangles in the Śricakra. Its tattvam is fire, and it is Bijamana Vishram. Fire is what makes all the creation part of it. That's the reason why it was shown here like this. But Bhagavan says, maṇipūrē, he leaves the svādhiṣṭhānē after the maṇipūrē. The only reason he said that was because fire is substantial. Fire is the subtler than water. Earth is the gross. Earth comes from the water. Water comes from the fire. Fire from the water. Or air from the space. That is order. But here, he showed for that. And maṇipūrē is got Vam as a bija aksharam, and it is a water principle in the navel part, where the abdomen, digestion, liver, abdomen, belly is there. Then where the maṇipūrē and anākakam in the heart, when they are together, on the top of it is a knot called Vishnu Granthi. Then anākakam and Vishuddhi and Ajna, the other two, the top two, Ajna is here, Vishuddhi is here. Between these two, on the top, there is a knot called Rudra Granthi. What is this Granthi means? Granthi means an impediment so that nothing goes past through it. So normally these three are knotted. So all your desires, all your actions come from your gut feeling, you say, right? Gut feeling is Agnisthānam. Before the gut feeling, you have the Muladhara. Muladhara, you can't realize it. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikari. Para is an Muladhara. Pashyanti is what you can see, what you can feel. That's your gut feeling, that's your svādhiṣṭhānē. All your actions are conceived there and executed there. But whatever you do is within the Brahma Granthi itself. Whatever you do It puts you within the Brahma loop, which is creation, sustenance, the cycle, samsara. You are within that. What do? You think about it. You study, go to get a job, make money, marry somebody, procreate, create children, make them successful, decay, die, born again, come again. All the actions happen in this lower part of your chakras. That's what you do. But Ambali is now moving there, and she bhitvā, she breaks this Brahma Grandhi. She unknots it because she wants to go up. She has come up there. It means in me, if she's rising and then she unknots this Brahma Grandhi, that means I change in myself. There's a transformation in me. My thoughts, my feeling, my actions are not just limited to this samsaric life anymore. There will be a dramatic change in how I behave because I now transcend this embodied life. I do things for the lokashema, lokarakshana. Therefore, I move towards Vishnu Grandhi. Vishnu Grandhi is Rakshana. Vishnu is Rakshani. He protects everything. So I become a Mahatma in my actions. I'm getting betterment, but I'm still worshipping Upasana because I have not finished my sankalpam of taking Mata to her pati. So I still do the Upasana. Slowly, the Kundalini Shakti as a snake along the cavity of Sushma. The kulapathaṁ in this mantra is Sushma. It goes through, it still goes through it. So it breaks this Vishnu. Yeah, fine. All this. What do you think about Lokashema? Who are you to talk about the Lokashema? I am the one taking care of the Lokadharma. I am the Dharma Sanrakshani. I am the Jagannatha. You are just a playful. Don't give up this idea of that I am protecting the world. No. Vishnu Grandhi is broken. Then I get much wiser now. I think beyond all this dharma, adharma, idam, kala, adesha, idam. Good, bad doesn't matter to me. Pava, punya doesn't matter to me. I want to know who I really am. So I need to have the jnanam of it. So I rise towards that ajna chakram. Ajna means jnanam. Ajna means little jnana. The spontaneous, a spark. Only a spark you need, That the petrol is, if you are full of petrol, the spark is enough to make you burn. By purity, become a petrol. You need a spark. So you go towards that Ajna Chakram. The Ajna Chakram, when you go there, the Rudra Grandhi is there. Rudra is the one who is making you to be in the Ajnanam. Who can control the Maya? Who can give you relief from the Maya? Parameswara. So his knot is Rudra Grandhi. And who can remove it? Parameswara Shakti. And who is Parameswara Shakti? Kundalini Shakti. So she can break it. So that's why she breaks it. So when she breaks it, now she has crossed all these chakras. Now she got to this Brahmarantra. There is a Sakashratala. So she has to just now she is so happy. That means you are so happy. You have happiness has no cost. Sometimes you see, I feel happy to see you. Because by seeing you, something is untied in my mind. Some emotions are released, some granthi is removed. So the sugar pravagam is coming out. A blockage is gone. Is it not? So the three granthis are only primary granthis. We put our own granthis, I don't like him. I hate this person. I love this person. So we put a lot of knots on everybody else. So when you see the person, you can't cross the knot. Because I don't like Yogesh. No matter whatever Yogesh, I don't like him. So he does good things. I'm stuck in the granthi, right? No, don't put knots. So Ambal removes the knots. But when she'd gone there, she could have just gone. to cosmic Purusha, giving you mukti. And when you are selfless, that will happen. Kapala mukti. You liberated Videk mukti you get. But if you are not that desirous of it, then she turns back. We are going to see the Avaroganam in the next verse. But if she turns back, when she turns back to the head, it's Chandramatalam there. It is full of nectar that just dampens your whole embodiment. Your body, your mind, your intellect, your psychic, everything is cooled down by this bliss of happiness. Therefore, you are unreasonably happy. You're always in ecstasy. So people are wondering, what is happening? He's so joyful, infectiously joyful. You can't explain it because it's your own nature. So this is what in this mantra is shown. So if you read the mantra again, you may understand what I was saying. mahīṁ mūlādhārē kamapi maṇipūrē hutavahaṁ sthitaṁ svādhiṣṭhānē marutamākāśamupari manō'pi bhrū-madhyē sakalam-api bhitvā kulapathaṁ sahasrārē padmē rahasi patyā viharasē. How do you obey this? Bhitvā, having broken. How? mahīṁ mūlādhārē, the earth principle that is given in the mūlādhāram, you broke that. Kamapi maṇipūrē, you broke the manipūrē chakram, that means you crossed the granthi as well. Hutavahaṁ sthitaṁ svādhiṣṭhānē. You may have a doubt in your mind, right? If Kundalini Shakti is completely sleeping, how can it get up and walk? How can it talk? So it is not completely sleeping at Muladhara. It means it becomes inert, it becomes gone. It is sleeping predominantly in Muladhara, but it has got a little presence in svādhiṣṭhānē, which is above Muladhara. That is called svādhiṣṭhānam. Svādhiṣṭhānā. Adhiṣṭhāna means place. Sva means natural place. So if Muladharam is the bed, svādhiṣṭhānam is the chair in the reception. So she's always awake. She's not sleeping like that, like we sleep. But she only comes and shows a presence in the svādhiṣṭhānē. Why? Because you enjoy your embodied life. That's why we don't actually awaken the Kundalini for that. Kundalini is always awake. But we make it to arise beyond this Agni-kuntam, svādhiṣṭhānam. Why we make him to arise? Because we know our actions or entitling ourselves into cycling of samsara. I want to do beyond that. That means my Shakti has to rise. Therefore, I am giving the power of propulsion to the Shakti to break this granthi. Svādhiṣṭhānē kriti, marutamākāśamupari, manō'pi bhrū-madhyē. I take it up to the Ajna Chakra. I can't take her to the Śricakra. Why? Why Bhagavan did not say that? Ambal can take that. sahasrārē padmē sagaragasi patyā. Ambal goes and plays there. Because why did we do all this? We wanted to realize that, right? Realization happens in your Ajna Chakra. I realized who I am. Now I want to enjoy this life as a true I am. That means I am a Parashakti, I am a Shivam. Now, if I don't want to, I just want to surrender myself, then of course I go to Sahasrārē. So that liberty is left with Ambal. That's why Ambal is, she's placed in your Śricakra. She is there playing with the Shiva, and then she makes you blissful. And then she gradually comes down in the Avarohanam to the Muladhara. Why? Because you didn't want her to go beyond it. So she comes back. But you are already awakened. Then what do? Hey, Ambal, please go up. So you are going to rise her again. So now the Kundalini Shakti is not dormant anymore. It is fully active. Can I do that? Somebody asked Ramana Maharshi about that. And he said, can a little hut cope with the maddened elephant? Mother Gajam, when it comes to a little hut, what will happen? Hut will be destroyed. So you cannot handle Kundalini Shakti's power when it comes out like that. So it is, a embodied-based disastrous for us. We don't know how to handle it. Therefore, we will worship it reverentially from the far end when we recite and learn this. Someday, when Bhagavan's Kripa, it may happen. So what we do, therefore, we understand each mantras with that reverence, and then we only worship with the way to get advice. Sahasrārē padmē, rahasi, patyā viharasē. So we'll stop it there. Here, one word I forgot to tell you. Kulapathaṁ. Kulapathaṁ means Kaulachara padam. This is the sakalam-api, bhitvā, kulapathi. Kulapathaṁ means the passage by which this Kundalini Shakti goes. One is the passage by which you perform. If it is Veda Margam, you do Vedanta Margam, you do Mananam, Smaranam, Maranam, Mananam, Nididhyasana, that path. If you do Dhyanam, Upasana, that Margam. In Tantric Margam, you do this Sushumna Nadi, the Nadi, the cavity in the spinal cord. So you can imagine that the snake of power, Kundalini, is rising through the spinal cord. Can you imagine that? What a scintillating excitement is going to give you. That's how it is. So Kulapathaṁ is Sushumna Nadi. So like this mantra is not like if you dig deeper and deeper, it throws up so many things. But I will give you one consolation, because when you are reading it with great shraddha, great devotion, you'll be amazed that Bhakshakti herself started to reveal herself. So you will know the meaning. Don't ask me why. You may not know the language, you may not know Sanskrit, but it is revealing itself, This is Aksharam is just a form, it's a light. Light will show the light, the luminance, isn't it? So read again and again and again. So you can forget the meaning of it, but just by reciting it, you achieve the grace. So let's stop it there. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Haribom Tatsate. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Rajesh.
Mama.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Mr. Raja. Thank you so much.
What's pleasure, sir?
Thank you.
You were also coming in the morning. That's very nice of you.
Yes, double dose.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.